Welcome to the next-gen auto hub. The 2003 Dodge Sprinter arrived at a time when the world of commercial vans was predictable, familiar, and largely unchanged. It stepped into that landscape with a presence that was unlike anything on American roads: tall, lean, purposeful, and unmistakably European in its engineering and proportions. Before the Sprinter, most vans were short-roof, narrow-bodied machines designed with limitations baked into their architecture. But the 2003 Sprinter changed that equation immediately. With its high roof and long wheelbase options, it introduced a concept that was revolutionary for small businesses, tradespeople, and long-haul drivers. A van you could walk inside of, organize like a workshop, and rely on like a trusted partner. The moment someone first stood upright in its cargo bay, they understood the difference. This wasn't just another van, it was a tool that redefined the way work could be done. Its exterior design reflected its purpose without apology. Tall side panels offered expansive space for branding and equipment. The front carried the unmistakable face of its Mercedes-engineered lineage, even under the Dodge badge. Angular headlights, a confident stance, and a slightly sloped hood that improved aerodynamics and visibility. Everything about the Sprinter looked engineered rather than styled, crafted with logic rather than trend. Even its proportions signaled efficiency: a long body perfect for hauling, a high roof optimized for vertical storage, and a functional aesthetic that made it as suitable for an electrician as it was for a florist, delivery company, shuttle service, or traveling musician. It stood out in parking lots, at loading docks, and on highways, not because it was flashy, but because it was undeniably different and undeniably capable. Inside, the 2003 Dodge Sprinter delivered something rare for commercial vehicles of its time: a workspace that respected the person who used it. The cab was simple yet ergonomic, with upright seating, wide visibility, and controls positioned thoughtfully for long hours on the road. The seats were firm but supportive, built for the kind of days where the driver moved from worksite to worksite with little time in between. The dashboard offered a clear and functional layout, with gauges that communicated essential information at a glance. And behind the cab, the cargo area expanded into what felt like a room, tall enough for most adults to stand, wide enough to stack large pallets, and long enough to carry tools, supplies, inventory, or even full living setups. Powering the Sprinter was a diesel engine engineered for endurance, a powertrain developed to prioritize reliability, torque, and efficiency over raw speed. It wasn't a machine meant for racing. It was built for moving weight, covering miles, and doing it consistently day after day. Tradespeople appreciated it for its low-end pull. Delivery drivers valued the impressive fuel economy, which significantly outperformed competitors of its era. Fleet operators praised its longevity, finding themselves with vans that could rack up hundreds of thousands of miles while still performing their daily duties. On the road, the Sprinter surprised many first-time drivers with its refinement. Despite its size, it handled with a nimbleness uncharacteristic of commercial vans at the time. The steering was responsive, visibility was expansive, and its tall shape sliced through air more efficiently than its boxier rivals. Highways felt smooth and predictable. Tight city streets were manageable. And long-distance trips, once a physical burden in many older work vans, became something almost comfortable. But where the 2003 Sprinter truly cemented its legacy was in its versatility. To some, it was a delivery vehicle, carrying packages through crowded city routes. To others, it was a mobile workshop, outfitted with shelving, racks, and specialized equipment that transformed its cargo bay into a walking tool chest. Musicians found in it a perfect hauler for instruments and gear, turning it into a backstage essential on wheels. Outdoor adventurers discovered its potential early, long before van life became a recognized movement. With its tall interior and durable build, it became a blank canvas for DIY conversions. Beds, storage cabinets, kitchenettes, and foldable workstations found their place inside its sturdy walls. It didn't matter what someone asked of the Sprinter, it adapted, transformed, and delivered. Even years after its introduction, the 2003 Dodge Sprinter retains a reputation for being ahead of its time. Owners continue to speak of its durability, noting how many Sprinters from that era remain on the road, still serving businesses, travelers, and hobbyists. It became a symbol of practicality and endurance, a machine that didn't boast, but proved itself silently through performance. These vans earned their respect on the job site, in warehouse lots, on cross-country highways, and in the many small businesses that relied on them to stay moving. People trusted the Sprinter not because it promised luxury or polish, but because it offered reliability, efficiency, and an honest sense of purpose. The 2003 Sprinter also carries a nostalgic charm today. It represents a time when engineering led design, when mechanics felt straightforward and robust, and when vehicles were built with a mindset that prioritized durability above all else. Whether rusted from years of hauling equipment or restored to an adventure-ready camper, the Sprinter tells stories. Stories of early mornings spent loading tools. Stories of long drives between cities. Stories of musicians chasing dreams across states. Stories of small businesses that grew because this van provided the space and reliability they needed to keep going. It has become a quiet icon of work and wanderlust alike. Looking back, the Sprinter didn't simply compete in the commercial van category, it reshaped it. It set new expectations for cargo capacity, fuel efficiency, ergonomics, and versatility. It inspired competitors to rethink their designs, pushing the entire segment toward taller roofs, more efficient engines, and more adaptable interiors. In many ways, the modern era of commercial vans, where function and comfort intersect, can be traced back to the arrival of the Sprinter on American soil. What began as a practical machine quickly became a movement. Today, the 2003 Dodge Sprinter remains a favorite among those who value vehicles with soul, machines that work hard and tell their story in every mile. It stands as a reminder that greatness isn't always flashy. Sometimes, it's tall, diesel-powered, practical, and built to last. And for the countless people who loaded it, drove it, lived in it, and trusted it, the Sprinter will always represent more than just a van. It will represent possibility, pure, simple, and capable. Thanks for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Your support helps our channel grow. See you in the next video.